Ya boy still gets a bit misty-eyed at that, especially now coming to the end of the lunar patches. It's been a ride going through my first version where I was able to be here for it from start to finish, from launch to obviously. I think a flaw with me and my playstyle and just my series in general is that we skipped around a lot. We kind of sped through some stuff and skipped over some stuff, and I think that's a detriment. That's why I recommend people watch a better YouTuber. But we got enough stuff up to date that I felt gratified going into Nod Cry alongside the launch, and it's the first one that I was there from the start to the finish, experiencing it as it updated in real time, actually sitting for weeks as we wondered where Columbina went, or when... It must have been a trip when big things would happen in the previous nations, and you had to just wait for to see where that would lead, what would happen next. And I feel like we had such huge cliffhangers in the Luna patches, whether it was Bina vanishing, or just the end of the Rare crisis felt still like there was it was like, man, victory. Tentatively, there was still something. There was still the looming, like, been awesome. Turn that down just a slight bit. I was able to spend some time this noon editing the little thing that I'm gonna start the Snezhnaya stream with, which is crazy to say, but we'll launch at noon on Wednesday, on the 12th, noon Pacific Daylight. Waiting for Inazuma, waiting to fight the Shogun, waiting to meet Nahida and Skara, finding out. Oh yeah, you guys spent a huge portion of the Fontaine arc, or at the very least, all of 4.0 and 4.1, kind of thinking that Furina was like, why is she so bratty? Like, what's going on with her? I imagine some people actually were kind of turned off by that, a little bit. No, I can't claim to be a Furina stan from day one. I loved her character, but I also was like, why are you so hostile towards us? I didn't fall in love with the character from the very first moments we laid eyes on her. Some people did, though. I think some people were definitely all on board 10 out of 10 from day one. I think that she was like a 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, because I was okay. Occasionally your brattiness wears a little bit thin. Occasionally it's like, why are you so hostile towards everyone? Knowing that when there was like the split personality thing going on, I was like, there's something beyond the surface there. Little did I know just what exactly that meant. She was so eager to like jump at an opportunity to maybe not antagonize us. That might not be the right way to phrase it, but knowing why she was so eager to we walked into the port and she found the first excuse to start a trial, because obviously Noof sus. Oh yeah, I remember when we were standing outside of Poisson, and I looked around as the camera was like panning around during the dialogue. I kept on looking. I was like, there's no vision on this guy. He's the Archon. That's it. I figured it out. Furina's a puppet. Furina's a figurehead. I really thought that I had that theory on lock. That Furina was a stand-in. That she was a puppet figurehead, and Nuve was the one who really had he was the true Archon. Little did I know. I don't think he'd be too fond of me saying that, theorizing that he was the Archon. That must have been a trip and a half. Also, having one patch, all of a sudden Ochkanatlan is there to explore. You go from having like kind of surface peripheral knowledge to all of a sudden being, there it is. We can go explore it. There's tons of lore there. A specific world quest. We get to crazy. But that was alongside Flower Feather Clan as well, wasn't it? That entire area. We do have theater today. I don't know why I'm nervous for this theater. I'm not sure why. I feel like I'm gonna underperform at this one, and I'm not sure why, because I don't think I know anything about this theater. I don't even know what the bosses are, or the elements are all centered around Cryo, Electro, and Hydro, right? Which would make sense. Oh, and Nightwind Tribe as well. Oh, okay. We also have the web event. We have to read our marrows. And... excuse me. Excuse. First and four... Don't say that, Connery. First and four square. What's in here? Oh, a new week. A new week rises. Or rather... Oh, or rather, a new cycle rises. Okay. Did we decide? I think Navia, C1 is what we decided. Still my brute force. If I need brute force, somehow I don't go to Skirk, even though Skirk is also a brute force queen. But if I need brute force, it's Navia. It's always Navia. Stellar Conduct Navia. Stellar Conduct Navia. Lunar Crystallized Navia is so simple to like. If I just need brainless damage or like there's resistances or something where I'm just like I'm just gonna bring Parasol Queen. Coffin. Oh, Coffin, thank you for the sub. Thank you, Coffin. Appreciate you. I don't really use Navia on stream very much, but off stream I'm constantly using her, whether it's resource grinding or bringing her to my wife's world. You're right there, land legs. Okay. Theater. I haven't done my dailies yet. We will walk into Snezhnaya with over 105 wishes. Even if I didn't do my dailies right now, just my Welkin tomorrow would get me there. Or no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Damn near close. Yeah, it would. Yes, Beto, that's how you climb.
It's hard to remain on dry
It's
land
hard.
for so long. Never quite seem to get my land legs back.
Speaking of land legs, what are we fucking doing? Like, we have a lot to do. What do I need to do first? Ooh, you know what I need to do first? I still can't get you up yet. Okay, I have all of your boss drops. I just need to make more of that. I have all of your boss drops. Have all of your boss drops. Have all of your boss drops. Durin, maybe? Durin, maybe? Durin? 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 I usually take Arlecchino here, question mark. Volume crazy loud. Maybe it's because I turned the volume crazy loud on my headphones. That'd be it. Greetings. Hi there.
Transfix, get to work.
Whoa, shaders going crazy. Have a great old time. That one time that we had 300k per normal attack from Arlecchino is difficult to replicate, I will say. It was in this team as well, and it was in this team with no food buff. How many do I need for the need? Where are the crystal meth? Okay. Shit. Oh, wait, but I could convert. Oh, yeah, Amber birthday. Amberthday. Here, we'll bring flies out. Close your eyes. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world. Or new kingdom? What does he say? Oh, wait, I can make! I already have two! Wait, what? I can make! I can make! I can milk you. There we go. Oh, shit! Beta was in DPS mode. Oh, which means I'll have to give that back to Sandy. Sandrone. And
Though
still,
we have never discussed this topic in great depth before, I trust you share the same opinion as I on this. The true art of war lies in deterrence, and not in fighting. Otherwise, things would become far too simple.
who's everyone gonna walk into? That's probably gonna be worth it. Yeah. Who's everyone? Does everyone know who they're probably gonna walk into Snaj Naya with? Ooh, do I want Sucrose or Kazuha in theater? If I have access to Kazuha, he's always legit for gathering people up during the stuff. Totem defense. Always going solo with Traveler. Traveler, so can resonate. Child, Arla, and Sandy. Ether. Ah! Okay, so now what do I need to spend my resin on? Oh, you know what I need to spend my resin on? That domain. Wait. Stygian is about to reset, isn't it? No, it just reset. No, it's been a minute. Oh, wait, then what do we need? Does he need any talent materials? Is it his burst or his, skill? It's his burst, right? Because the burst is his little slam down. Imagine if that counted as plunge damage and he worked with, like, Xianyan. Cool. I could grab some more of those. No, I couldn't, because it's not the day for it. Who else could use... I could crown Skork. Crown Skork skill. Skork skill. Skork. Skork. Triple crown Kale. Triple crown Beto. Beto was the only person who was double crowned. The only. Not Arlek. Oh no, wait, Arlecchino. No, Arlecchino is single crowned. Not Arlecchino, not Farina, not Yelan, not Silali, not Skirk. Beto is the one who is double crowned. Everyone else, anyone who has a crown, has a single. Alright, if Beto is Beto, then let's see. And that would be your off piece, or that would not be your off piece, actually. Yeah, freaking fricks. It can be buffed in a very specific way on the gravity boss. Lumine with whichever friendship you're building. Eon-san on that? What gravity boss? Defying gravity. Chi-Chi is a zombie. Ooh, it's time for that as well. Chi-Chi. Unironically a great character to invest into these days. Wow. Whamp. Yeah, whamp. Whamp, whamp. Its plunge buff is countered. Oh, the gravity boss. Its plunge buff is countered within X seconds of plunging, so you can do a short plunge. Oh. So that... Add ass. Wait. Was that not good enough for you, Catherine? Did I not spend enough resin? What more do you want from me? What more could you possibly take from me? Oh, Sucrose to level 9! 9! Damn! I don't know why I'm so amped up today. Shame can't make a Chi-Chi's pun as too few would know the restaurant, including me. I'm one of the too few. Chi-Chi. Gave Eula her 3rd crown today on your alt. Only boss hate more than Ajdaha. Oh, she uses Ajdaha? Ajdaha's fucking annoying because he spends 90% of the battle just roaring. Otherwise, like, even my Arlecchino, which is a mid-build Arlecchino, can practically 3-shot him down to, because it's in 1/3 of his health, and then he'll just roar for a bit. I sometimes like doing that when she like it explodes and then she and she goes back to normal. I guess this time I hit the talent screen, so she exploded and she got shy. She got shy that it exploded. Chain Mexican restaurant. Huh. Tianchi Mountain. The Tianchi Pillars. Also, new Enfield character banner. This team will be fine here. New banner character in Chenfield. She's pretty cute.
Insulation check.
It's just these dudes.
Absorption test.
Be silent. Night falls. Can't run from death.
And neither can you. That Enfield lady would be a fungi upgrade? Rarely. Do you mean an upgrade for my fungi team or a power creep for fungi?
Defensive mode. Enhanced animal module 70.
Sucrose did that 2 seconds faster than Flynn's. She just, the clock read 17 seconds. And the first one was 19 seconds. Anyways, that tickled me. Hey, that gets me my daily reward. Let's go Mondstadt. Who's gonna collect my debt, bro's boss is gonna croak from smoking too much. He seems to forget that where am I going? He seems to forget that he's on a time limit these days. Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer outside of Silver Moon Hall. Look. It's her. Anything else we needed to crab up real quick? I don't really think so, right? Oh my gosh, 154 away. Excuse me. I didn't mean to do this off stream. It just happened that way. What was it? What was stopping us? There was a bunch of chests in some place, but it wasn't this. It wasn't that hidden room. There was some place where my wife was like, why haven't you opened this yet? And I was like, I don't know. And we wandered in there, and there was like 4 chests waiting for me. Okay, I think we're good to just go to theater. Although, maybe I want to start with reading the Marrows. With the Marrows of the, what is it called? Also, I might need to hit the restroom before we do that. This is my second cup of coffee in very quick succession. You didn't need to know that. Anomalous Tree Marrow. In Minecraft. Cool. Anomalous Tree Marrow 1, 2, and 3. With the marrow of the 3 moons in my hands. I will be right back with the marrows of the 3 moons in my hands. Hang on, guys. Something weird going on with my security system. I'll be right back. Sorry, that was weird. Anyways. All good. Do we have, I guess this music is still playing. Mond stack music. We do, don't we? We have, Snezhnaya chill beats to chill to. Or Snezhnaya, Nodcry chill beats to Nodcry. Nodcry chill Nodcry beats to nod to. Where is that? It's on screen, and it is that. There. Oh, the sizing on that picture just makes. The sizing on that picture it's just wide-eyed Sandrone. Let me resize that properly. Yeah. Okay. Anomalous tree marrow 1. Experimental subject, acute toxicity test. Specimen 1, male, 43. Specimen presentation, obese, with signs of mental confusion. Vital signs were stable. Toxicology screening indicated presence of other drugs in specimen system. High dose, route of administration, high dose oral ingestion. Reaction, specimen exhibited a minor extremity spasms within 60 seconds, with no vomiting or distress in the chest area. Onset of hallucinations occurred at T plus 5 minutes, accompanied by cognitive linguistic disorganization. Progression to respiratory failure and death occurred at T plus 8 minutes. So is this a record of the fucked up shit that he got up to? Acute toxicity test. Specimen 2, male 28, medium build with signs of psychological instability. Physical restraints were utilized due to acute non-compliance. I fucking wonder why. Vital signs were excessively robust, exceeding expected physiological parameters. High dose gastrous gavage. Gastrous gavage. Gavage? But gastric is a horrifying visual. Specimens reported numbness in the extremities with neither spasms in the limbs nor vomiting. At T+2 minutes, subcutaneous bleeding was observed. Subcutaneous bleeding? I guess that could be as simple as just like a bruise. But, no, subcutaneous bleeding maybe more than just, song is a bit loud. I can turn the song down a bit. Subject remained passive with no signs of combative behavior following their removal of physical restraints. At T+4 minutes, subject exhibited rapid involuntary eye movement indicative of hallucinatory activity. Mortality occurred at T+5 minutes following respiratory arrest. So everyone's dying here as well. Male 20, slim of build, appeared fully orient and alert. Multiple superficial injuries accompanied by intra-abdominal hemorrhage. Vital signs unstable. Huh. Potentially no administration of the bullshit. Female 35, slim build, comatose. Vital signs were abnormal with no response to external stimuli. High dose neural injection. Onset of subcutaneous bleeding immediately following injection. Death occurred rapidly at T+3 minutes with no signs of emergence from comatose state prior to death. Specimen 5, initial assessment, there's also a space here. Initial assessment, disruption of vascular integrity exceeded expectations. Preliminary data suggests significant practical utility and further validation of the protocol is indicated. Investigator Zandik. Specimen 3's record was transferred to another file. File name. Feofan. Specimen 3... oh, this was the one, records transferred to another file, which maybe is just why they're not here. They didn't, I thought that meant that they did, that, specimen 3 wasn't experimented on, but. Medical record, male 26, through and through gunshot wound to the upper left arm. A through and through gunshot to the upper left arm? A through and through? In addition to a through and through, I guess that's not that hard to imagine. In addition to a through and through gunshot wound to the upper left arm, the patient presents with multiple superficial injuries sustained in a physical altercation. No known allergies, no history of past surgeries. Debridement and suturing, administration of oral capsule formulation 3 and topical ointment formulation 5, follow-up in 3 days. Vital signs are stable. Patient is non-compliant regarding the cause of injury. Isn't being a bank clerk supposed to be a safe job? Huh. Investigator Zandik. File labeled with new tag. The refrigerator. Male 30, no known allergies, history of past surgery, frequent smoker, exam type good, health condition good. What is the purpose of filing this kind of procedural document? The forms have all been submitted. Why have I not seen it yet? Investigator Zandik. Male 38, subject condition good, test drug, trial version 2. Route of administration, oral ingestion, so just feeding it rather than injecting it into their neural complex. Observation period 3 years. Tissue aging has been significantly slowed compared to the first experiment, with the most significant results seen in the preservation of organ vitality. Neural function remains normal with no increase in anti-aging effects. Objectives for the next phase: stabilization of pharmacodynamic consistency and prolonging therapeutic half-life, addressing the issue of cerebral aging. Investigator Zandik. Was specimen 3, is that where this, specimen 3, yeah, so specimen 3, male 20 is when, refrigerators shit started. And then it was moved down under a different file name. updated as refrigerator. We just did 38. Male 56, deteriorating vision. Description of complaint, patient reports severe visual decline over the past 3 months, accompanied by acute ocular pain and sensitivity to light. No known allergies, history of past surgery. Smoker 30 years at 20 sticks a day. Damage to the cornea. Corneal repair treatment, corneal repair surgery, administration of topical solution 9, and instructions to avoid exposure to strong light. Follow up in 7 days. Is that why the motherfucker never opens his eyes? Subject is recovering well. Investigator 25. Oh, investigator is the segment that was cloned at 25. All the previous ones have been Zandik himself. So this was segment 25, not segment number 25, but the segment that was split at 25. Note, in light of the subject's failure to adhere to the recommended occupational safety adjustments, any subsequent instances of similar restorative or graft procedures would no longer be added to the record. Is it just 20 sticks in a pack? I thought a pack was 10. I should not know this, but I smoked like a choo-choo train for a little bit. Don't do that, by the way, ever. For like 3 months during the winter, like 10 years ago. Male 72, trial version 5, oral ingestion. Vital signs are stable, no short-term side effects observed. Observation period 5 years. Tissue aging has paused and cerebral neural imaging has stabilized, while brain age has ceased to increase. Physical age of subject is estimated to be 45 years. Interesting. Don't think I would have pegged him as being 45. Maybe, like in hindsight, I guess. He seemed a tad younger than that. The way that he presented himself, I suppose. Sorry, little Nouvelette impression right there. The research and development of drugs for antidepressant pharmacotherapy. Of course, that was just a joke, because fighting time requires a stronger mind. Is this a footnote that one of the other Dottores is inputting? Because where else did we see the what is the purpose of filing these kind of procedural documents? The forms have all been submitted, and a footnote. Then why have I not seen it yet? It's like another Dottore has been adding little footnotes in these reports. The clinical data obtained from the autopsy of Zandik has been utilized to its full extent. Oh, so the OG has already passed at this point, has been utilized to its full extent. Assessment suggests that any subsequent iterations are unlikely to yield breakthrough progress. Any maintenance of observed effects is contingent on the subject's adherence to a scheduled drug regimen. The current report is hereby concluded. Investigator 35, so a different one than investigated that one. Male 103. Acute upper gastrointestinal bleeding. That sounds rough. Patient reports history of high-intensity, high-stress work and irregular meals over the past 6 months. Emergence of persistent epigastric pain without an obvious trigger 3 days ago, accompanied by nausea and vomiting. No known allergies. History of past surgery. Long-time smoker at 20 sticks a day. Patient declined a stomach transplant and opted for a more conservative treatment instead. Administered oral capsule 6 and 3? Or 4 and 3? That's 4, not 6. And instructions to adhere to a consistent nutritional schedule to ensure adequate rest. 45. Male 175. Difficulty breathing due to pneumonia. Difficulty breathing due to pneumonia. Patient presents with difficulty breathing on exertion, along with persistent fatigue and chest pain. Examination revealed extensive necrosis of lung tissue. Gross. Necrosis, so the death of cells. So his lungs are rotting inside of his body. Excuse me. No known allergies, history of past surgery, smoker of 145 years, at approximately 26 a day. lung transplant surgery. Treatment lung transplant surgery. Not just lung transplant surgery. Treatment was lung transplant surgery. Patient is recovering well. Recommendation, smoking cessation. 65 is an investigator. Note, the chances of the patient actually quitting are low. The tag is tickling my neck. The chances of the patient actually quitting are low. As such, any subsequent complaints of a similar nature will no longer be added to the record. Male 220, chemical burns. Patient was assaulted 4 hours ago, presenting with chemical burns to the forearm from exposure to a high concentration mixed solution. Normal allergies, past surgery, long-time smoker at approximately 10 sticks a day currently. Oh, so he did cut back at some point. So he cut back after being recommended to cease. Skin graft surgery. Patient is recovering well, albeit with a newly acquired sensitivity to external stimuli due to damage to the skin barrier. Minimize field-based duties. But that's not something I can help. Investigator 18. 221. Restoration of immune system. Integrated surgical. Woo! The crab fell. Restoration of immune system. Methodology, integrated surgical intervention and pharmacotherapeutic management. Experimental results completes physiological restitution. The experiment is concluded. Congratulations to the patient, who may now continue to enjoy the use of products made by alpaca wool. Thank you. Also 18 on that one. 312. Genetically speaking, a trivial matter like this does not call for a file entry, but how could one pass up on documenting the occasion where the great Pantalone got a nosebleed after tripping over a bedpost? History of allergy and past surgery, long-time smoker at approximately, still holding to that 10 sticks a day. Routine wound care for his treatment. Recommendation, put on glasses. I'll have to find them first. Oh! Is this then, Does that add up? Minimize yeah, so these footnotes must be Pantalone's footnotes, then. Where was the, what purpose of filing this kind of procedural document? The forms have all been submitted. Then why have I not seen it yet? So these must be, his, footnotes then. Congratulations, who may now continue to enjoy the use of products made of alpaca wool. Thank you. Put on glasses. I'll have to find them first. You have to keep an eye on them then. Investigator 8. Oh, the small. 359. Complaint poisoning. Patient presents with liver failure, suspected poisoning within the past 12 hours. Has regained consciousness twice during following admission. History of allergy and past surgery. Long-time smoker. 8 sticks a day. He's really cutting back. That's called cutting back. Emergency resuscitation, then liver transplant. Patient is slowly stabilizing. Investigator 25. Patient requested the replication of the poison in question because of fucking course he did. Requested hey, that shit that fucked me up, give me some of that. Due to current project commitments, the request has been transferred to 35. Male 400, evaluation of the effects of long-term consumption of the elixir of immortality on the brain and other organs. Localized anatomical dissection. Experiment duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes and 52 seconds. Subjects regain consciousness with vital signs assessed as stable. Refer to attached table for more details. Investigators, so basically all of them. Huh. Multi-user administration of this file is concluded. Records are now closed and no further updates are permitted. Future documentation is henceforth the sole responsibility of the undersigned, and this file is hereby sealed and archived. Signed, Investigator 35. Well, damn. Huh. Suspected to be a resinous concretion exuded from Irminsol's incinerated trunk. Its form is peculiar, and where it remains exposed, a baleful light emanates from within. So this must just be literally data that condensed itself into Irminsul Amber? Huh. 35 is our Dottore, the cruel one, as if the others were absolute saints. Or not cruel, he described him as the arrogant one, the selfish one. Number 2, we did read this one before. I want to read it again though. So these are the Zandiks, or the Zandik. These are the doctors talking to each other. My notebook's missing. Did one of you take it? Based on my experience, it's more likely that you left it in a drawer somewhere. I've looked. It's I've looked. It's not in any of them. But did you look in the dispensary? If you recall, you'd know that my dispensary may not be accessed by those younger than 18 years old. What does this notebook look like? It's a notebook with a black cover. It's the kind they give out to all the Fatui. Is there something important written in that notebook? My experiment's proposal is in there. You're not planning on abducting Aranara for your experiment, are you? What is so funny? Don't you find this adorable? Seriously? Are you saying you're adorable? What's the matter with you? Why are you so quiet over there? Or rather, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Why are you so quiet over there? Well, the culprit has to keep a low profile, doesn't he? I'm the one who threw it out. Why did you do that? Because it looked so childish. Yeah, it was written by an 8-year-old, you dumb bitch. It's written by an 8-year-old bitch, you dumb bitch. Did you receive the notice about the Harbinger's gathering? What's the difference? If you received it, it means we all did too. One of us has to sign on it to confirm receipt. Would you do it? I'm not signing it. Whoever signs it goes. I have a report to write. How about I just give you the day off, since I'm the one you'll be handing that report to anyway? No thanks. It's done. Are you really going? Did you lose a bet or something? Apparently, we have a new colleague. I want to go check things out. I vaguely remember that when I was in maybe my 40s, when I started becoming more of an introvert, and we lost our sense of compassion at the age of 8. It's not like I'm going to be compassionate towards a colleague anyway. I just want to get a feel for this new one. I hope they're in HR. I, for one, hope they're in finance. What's with Pantalone? He rejected my request. Maybe it was just an administrative issue. And then a skip. How was the party? It's just some girl transferred in from another branch. Are you sure she's a young girl? Or does she just look like one? I'd never ask a question as rude as that, but based on my experience, it should be the latter. That means... How old is the Tsaritsa now, anyway? I've never really kept track. Do you know the answer? You tell him. This is a total waste of time. What? Can't I be curious? Can I be serious is what I almost said. Can't I be curious? How old is the Tsaritsa? Aren't there little nuggets we found in lore that seems to indicate that she was around way back, like way back when? Like, she could be Zhongli age, but she could also be pre-Zhongli age, right? Especially if, what fitting fucking music. Especially if she is the mother tree of the Conrians. But Conria isn't like 50,000 years old. Madam Columbina? Miss Columbina? Just call her by her name. She feels so approachable for some reason, don't you think? just because she looks like she could do, just because she looks like she could do with a bit of care and concern, and because she looks starving and miles away from everything that's going on. I think I accidentally turned the music up a little bit. Needless to say, none of that everything would be good news. She's the one the Tsaritsa has taken a liking to recently, and since she isn't actually involved in any of the Tsaritsa's affairs, it implies that she's the affair itself. A report from Sandrone just came in. Leave it, I'll take a look at it later. There's no real need to look— oh, that a report came in from Sandrone! There's no real need to look at it anyway. Her theories are all so behind the times, and she's not exactly pioneering in her research ideas either. If you ask me, she's actually more interesting than her science. If you're talking about her personality, I suppose that's fair. Who's on duty shift today? The equipment in the operating room was just replaced, and I need your signature for the delivery. This must be a gift from the equipment supplier, but why wasn't it mentioned in the letter? I just saw it myself. Yes, the ones who need help are always the easiest to talk to. That's what I've always thought. Besides, I like how sincere she seems about wanting to work with us. You're so cocky when you think you hold all the power. I'd love to see your face when it's your turn to put in a project funding request. We have to have a united front on this. Dottore is supportive, but also letting things play out as they will. That makes sense. Oh, by the way, remember to attend that meeting called by Il Capitano in the morning. Right. Which one of you was at the cafeteria earlier? Was it you? How did you know? I ran into the rooster and he said, "Didn't you just have your meal a few moments ago?" The jester might have noticed something wasn't quite right too, but he didn't say anything. Maybe because he was raised right, or maybe he was just unsure. That's not surprising, I suppose. Who can really tell the whole lot of me's apart? There's only one me. Zandik's the main, and not a segment. The main doesn't count. He doesn't count? If you ask me, neither you nor me are truly me's. What a fucking weird room this must have been to be in amongst these idiots. The main just died. The body is still fresh. I need all hands on deck. We need to prepare for the autopsy and start recording now. Already recording. But do you have to be so excited? In all honesty, our shared lack of imagination in these matters is almost impressive. Do you not actually feel sorry for Zandik? You're the one who is closest to him. Of course I feel sorry for Zandik. Am I not Zandik himself? You're right. And I feel the same way. This is the time for us to show some emotion and compassion for ourselves. We should be able to develop a drug that works better on us since we're experimenting on our own body. Let's get to it. I'm so excited. I bet you're sweet boopy you are. Okay, number 3 then. This is the only one that I'm missing actually. Because I have Marrow's 1 and 2. An overwhelming sense of unfamiliarity comes over you the moment you touch the tree marrow, though you cannot quite pinpoint the source of this estrangement. It's as if you are thinking and standing still at the same time. You sense information quietly entering your mind while other data surfaces, both in a way that renders them... You sense information quietly entering your mind, while other data surfaces, both in a way that renders them in their most easily readable form. It then dawns on you. This flood of information comes from Irminsul, taking the form of digitized memories. However, you feel neither irritation nor excitement. The data simply flows through your mind like water, and you observe it all with total calm and equanimity. Wait, was that at the... No, that wasn't at the beginning of the other ones. Huh. I feel like I'm still kind of doing my Dottore voice a little. I should attend this meeting. Oh, this actually might be... I should attend this meeting, I told myself. Truth be told, not a single one of my selves occupies a critical position in my world, for the ample proliferation of my myriad selves ensures a perpetual surplus of manpower, ready to dispose of whatever trivialities may crop up in this world. 25-year-old me cast a sidelong glance at me, let out a cold laugh, and walked away. It is impossible to define the principles by which we are ordered or ranked. In truth, there is no formal hierarchy between us. However, I'm sure if you asked them, though, they would definitely develop their own hierarchy. However, the mere adoption of the epithet doctor immediately establishes a relationship of superiors and subordinates with the other individuals in the organization. I headed to that secret meeting, where Piero explained the details of that so-called false sky. To me, the revelation of that false sky is of little consequence. I have no use for it, not while my hands are full of far more pressing research. What a crazy thing to say as well. I mean, the research that he was conducting for centuries, he would see as being more important than the false sky. And I'm sure as well that it probably didn't surprise him. Like, oh, the moon's fake, the sky's fake, and it's, okay. Anyways, I'm investigating moons, plural. Something he was obsessed with since way back in his Sumeru days. That being said, the question of what lies beyond that sky is a curiosity worth pondering. I recorded the details and told... Unless this is what kicked that off? No, he was already with Piero at this point. I recorded the details and told Piero quite frankly, that perhaps one day, these secrets could be exchanged for even more useful commodities. Piero offered a... Damn! Piero offered a rather non-committal chuckle, while Pantalone signaled his agreement with my appraisal without saying a single word otherwise. As for Pulcinella, he mumbled a few choice phrases, mostly regarding some confidentiality agreement. I had no interest in explaining myself further. That day will come sooner or later. The deficit in live specimen data in this phase of the new drug trial has been substantial. I suppose a shift in experimental focus is necessary, even if it requires the task of persuading myself to comply. The lifespan of humans is far too fleeting and their physical vessels altogether too fragile. Fantasies of immortality are so common merely because people remain pathetically trapped by their own limitations. It's a weird comparison, but some of the greatest minds that which Dottore unquestionably is one of the greatest minds in all of Tevat's history. Like, just because he did things that are fucked up and was a villain and did things that were completely, like, inhumane, he still was a genius in his own right. To create a false marrow by itself, just that alone. And the other people that we've met who are also incredibly intelligent people, whether it's Alen and the other Ordo members, or Sandrone, or who's the fucking guy from? But it reminds me of like journal entries from like World Quests, and even it reminds me of Sandrone journaling her own in a weird way. Just the parallel of them the two of them, complete opposites in terms of like opposites in terms of temperament and morals, but both equally scientists, you know? Both equally curious, both equally researchers. And that's another thing about Dottore himself, is that because he was a researcher, because he was a scientist, because he was a logic first and like a curiosity first person, it again makes the destruction of Sandrone, the murder of Sandrone, just that much worse, because he knows that, one, he is destroying something that is so close to, it's not a construct. The fact that she breathes in Dragonspine, it is so close to just being a regular flesh and blood human being, like just being a person. She has her own consciousness in a way that like it's not just that. It's also he knows that he's destroying another genius's Ninth Symphony. That Sandrone was the culmination of Alen's life work, and I imagine in some way that Dottore probably respected Alen's work, even if it was just as like, you're a fellow scientist, like I can appreciate your thought process in engineering and stuff. And that's just such a running theme with him, is that when he ordered Barnabas to experiment on Kale, it wasn't from the position of thinking that, oh, this will hurt her and that's messed up. It's this, or not knowing, I wonder if this will hurt or not. It's, this is gonna hurt a lot and it's fucked up and she's a minor. Who cares? It's for the good of my research. We just read that. It has been some time since my return from Sumeru, from that operation where I lost me, myself, and I, among others. A suitable reduction in burden does wonders for the mood. Besides, the 2 Gnosis I secured are bound to please the Tsaritsa. At Zapayarni Palace, I encountered Sandrone and Columbina. Though they are frequently seen in each other's company, they invariably maintain a distance of a few paces between them. That's adorable. As I walked past them, whether you read them as friends or more, or something in between, or something not quite, you cannot deny that their dynamic is adorable. As I walked past them, Sandrone let out a short scoff. I presented the battle trophies during my audience with Tsaritsa. I also informed her that I had given certain secrets to the Lord of Dendro in exchange as a necessary expenditure. That Pulcinella, who usually has so much to say about keeping secrets, remained uncharacteristically silent today. Pantalone, too, offered no objection, content to serve as little more than a decorative vase at the proceedings. While the other harbingers were not in attendance, they will hear this soon enough. Even the Lesser Lord Kusanali was once moved by the secrets Piero holds. 4 descenders have come to Tevat, and the 3rd was erased for violating the one rule, though the method of that erasure remains a mystery. As for the other 3, I needed only to utter their numbers for her to understand immediately. The pensive silence that followed on her part was quite telling, really. It must surely stem from her relationship with that 4th descender. Wonder if we're gonna, have anything else, It would stand to reason that we're going to learn more about the Gnosis, maybe the Gnosis themselves, and the 3rd Descender, and as we approach Snezhnaya, considering that's where all the Gnosis have been conglomerated thus far. A friend of mine believes that my selfishness is not limited to others, but also aimed at myself in a manner that has long since transcended conventional definitions. He did subsequently realize that he had spoken out of turn. But pedestrian notions like convention mean absolutely nothing when one is addressing a member of the Fatui. I find the operating room wonderfully serene, blissfully free from the incessant that's disgusting. Blissfully free from the incessant disturbances of my segments. It is a place I can enjoy a moment of ease and reflect on myself, to an appropriate degree, of course. His curiosity is fascinating. The things that he's willing to do to satiate that curiosity, to try to reach the next level. It's like a villain who truly believes that that he deserves to experiment on people and to conduct experiments at the expense of Tevat's metaphysical fabric, because since he has peeked behind the curtain, he then is deserving of ripping the sky apart or conducting torturous experiments on a surgeon's table. Like he feels worthy of doing it because he's so intelligent. And the thing is, he is as smart as he thinks he is. That's what I feel makes him so compelling. I think some people would think that he is a little bit of a one-note villain. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think what makes him compelling to me is that similar to a lot of other villains that we've seen in some of the peak games across all of video gaming, a villain that is bad knows they're bad, but also is maybe not that is bad and knows they're bad, but he's cocky and he has a reason to be cocky because he is always steps ahead of us. Splitting the soul is not the most formidable obstacle. The next issue I must address is the mechanism of transfer to ensure that the soul reaches its designated location. First, we conquer the living world. Then we head to the world beyond death. I expect to begin with animal experiments. We can use the souls of others as the subjects for our experiments. That reminds me of the shit that was going on in Nodacry during Act 8. When us and Wanda punched through into that place. The Knot Hollows, yeah. Phase 2 of the soul experiments concluded, with the losses staying below projections. Evidently, the channel of transfer is more critical than the total volume. Digitization. That is a splendid idea. I perceive a truly magnificent scene. One half of my soul enters the ley lines through death, while the remaining half is injected as pure data. My two halves would then navigate those pathways to converge with the information of the past. It would be possible for me in this manner to achieve the preservation of my memories. We might consider that as one of death's rare oversights. Something that is even more eternal than eternal life itself. Did he type hee? It's like LOL. Lamau. An immortal record would certainly satisfy that definition, of course. Rafflemau. You catch the faint sound of laughter, like a thunderclap. It jolts your awareness back to the surface, pulling it free from the memories that nearly buried it. You let go of the tree marrow abruptly and wipe your face. You expect to find sweat, but there is none. It's all an illusion. You try to trace the contours of this rather indistinct sensation, but it feels almost impossible. Morality and purpose, benevolence and malice, all that was originally good and virtuous within you is resisting every perception from those memories that don't belong to you. After an intermediate amount of time, perhaps seconds or perhaps minutes, you finally get a hold of yourself and put this unusual object away into your pack. It's not that he typed he. I guess this was us hearing. This was us hearing things. Yeah, a voice in our heads. What did he say when Columbina killed him? Was it simply this wretched world? Because when you defeat the Trounce domain, this loathsome world, because when you defeat him in the as the Trounce domain, he says, so you'd rather wallow in this. So you'd rather wallow in this wretched world? Rotten decaying, in this rotten decaying world. Which, both of those combined make me think of that there was at least some part of him that was kind of, maybe not caught off guard, but he wasn't expecting to lose that battle. Obviously, this is someone with, as I often say, contingencies upon contingencies. He apparently had been toying with the idea of digitization before he was digitized. So he had contingencies even for what would come after death. But I do think that he was not expecting to be so handily defeated by Columbina there. That wasn't his, like, okay, this is probably what's going to happen. Like, I'm sure it was something that went through his mind as this is a possibility, but it was probably like, oh, that's plan D or F. Not what he thought would be the actual thing that happened. And I also remember when the segments were dragging him down into the burning Irminsul, such a metal image as well. It reminds me of Ra's al Ghul's death in a weird way in Batman Begins, because he simply accepted his fate. He simply he gave just a simple little like almost like a well played. Like, if this is the way I'm gonna go out, at least I was handily outplayed, because he didn't expect Irminsul to be sacrificed to stop him. He was like, she won't cross that line. Like I can just manipulate Irminsul because no one's gonna destroy Irminsul. That'd be crazy. And I wonder if there's a part of him that thought about Aru being used as a backup. But I liked how he went out like a G. Rest in piss, you won't be missed. But what an awesome character. Fascinating. Huh. A peek into the mind. I will miss that voice, though. Holy hell. With the marrow of the 3 moons in my hand. Witness the false moons fall! Alright. Enough procrastinating. I don't know why I'm nervous for this theater. You guys said this theater is relatively easier than the last one. Also, I did 100% forget that I decided this music. I thought that this was just the music that played in here naturally. I forgot that this is the... This music now just feels so much like theater music because naturally. Sure. Yell, Ein, Flies, Oreo, Scorpion, and Slayla. My Slayla is not built, so I will use your Slayla. I don't... We're gonna have to do this one of these days, but I... Okay, Duckle. What is this thing? Oh, the Inazuma array. Right, that's the Inazuma array. Oh. Okay, so electro charged / lunar charged. Overloaded? Frozen or overloaded. And that can be brute forced, right? As long as your brute force is strong enough. I will use my Yelan. I will use your Aino. I will use my Flins, your Oreo, my Skork, and your Layla. Oh, Kazuhop. Is Sucrose also available to chat? Oh no, she isn't actually. Cool, so I'll just put Kazuha in there. Checking. No Sucrose? No Sucrose. Okay, I'll be using him for the friggin' things. Arlecchino. That also wants overload. Or you could freeze or you could overload. It's freeze or overload, right? Or overload. It's not both. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I'll bring Smilekino. Okay, let's see. Let's bring Flins to Duckle. Let's bring Arlecchino overload? No, we should save Arlecchino for the last boss. And then maybe freeze for her. Arlecchino melt maybe there. Skirk would be a good pick for Granny. So then that'd be Do I not have access to my Scorp? Oh, Skirk's right there. Skirk's in there. She was one of the, starting cast. Skirk's in there, so that means, I'm bringing Escoffier. Probably Seatlali as well. Although, Escoffier is good enough these days. I'm feeling much more comfortable using Skirk without a healer as long as Escoffier is there. I think I'll throw, her in there anyways. For Flynn's, I'll grab Inefa. Ino's in there too. I'll throw Bina as well. I don't know if Sandrone really... I could use Sandrone here, but no, I'm using Arlecchino there. Okay, so then my... I could use Sandrone for one of the in-betweens, though. Centro. Why did Raiden work so well when we did Abyss this last cycle? Was it just I happened to lock in? Because Raiden really shouldn't work with Sandrone. But we swapped out someone for Raiden. Oh, it electrode. Applying a ton of electro. Because who did we even swap out? But I swapped someone out for Raiden, and then we cleared it with like 1 second, 1 or 2 seconds to remain on the clock. Okay, we still have 6 more slots left. Farina for in-between battles. If I'm bringing Sandrone, maybe I'll bring Chi-Chi and Miko as well. And then I have 3 other slots, and I'll decide who I'm going to invite, whose support I want to invite. Loen. Ooh, a built Clorand. Your Clorand. 50 by 177 and 2300 on an R5 finale. I don't know who I would use her with though, because I would use her with an Overload, and I don't have hardly any other pyros in here. There's a Nuve. Would Nuve work with anyone? Nuve might be helpful for a defend the monument thing, because you could tag people and distract them really quickly, because he has a little bit of range on him. Because usually you only have to hit them like once or twice, and then they'll immediately aggro on you and ignore the monument. Oh my! Look at him! He looks so cool in that not that he doesn't look cool in this outfit, but oh, also both of these dudes are on signature. This is also a C1 as well. What am I lacking on right now? I have an Electro DPS, a Cryo DPS. I have 2 Cryo DPSs, an Electro DPS, a Pyro DPS. Yeah, someone has a C6 Farina as well. There's a C6 Chevrolet right there. Where was that, Nuve? Sibs, I will take your C1 Nuvelette. And then, with Nuve, maybe I if their Nouvellette is on Marechaussee, them two? Or Beto? That's about all I can think of. Shenhe could be helpful, for Skirk. He was self-sustains with the little eyeballs, by himself. I suppose that's true. I don't know who I want for these last two, balls. I thought you were telling me to bring Kaya for a second. Doesn't make sense to bring you without overload. Lunar charged plunge Veressa. I'll bring them too. Yeah. We always go into this thinking that like if we really fuck up, we'll just restart. We've not had to restart yet. Select one character at random. If you succeed, you have to use that character then. Let's see. Superconduct is what we're gonna what would we be starting out with? We're gonna want to grab our Electro and Hydro Bros for Duckle as quick as we can. So let me grab a companion cube. We're doing Arlecchino in whatever Arlecchino team we have, whether it's Arlecchino Vape or Melt. I'm pretty confident in Arlecchino being able to tidy up the final boss. Granny, we're using Freeze, I believe. So then I would want Bina for
I will follow where you lead.
Arlecchino will be able to grab later. That's a weird decision because I was thinking Lali for either Arlecchino in the finale or for Skirk against the Granny.
Leave me alone.
My Granny versus your Granny. Superconduct origin or Frozen origin. Frozen is this one. I can get. What are we using? What would we be using in the first of this? We start maybe with this is who we have access to right now. Maybe we start with Yelan, Layla, Aino, and Bina, because Bina's gonna be used quickly on Knuckle Duckle. Oh, that's a Pamba Dove! Thank you for stopping me. Frozen. And then, oh yeah, give me another companion. I'm always stressing out about if I have enough companions and where I... Those two work flawlessly together because Nouvellette's constantly cycling HP. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that. Nouvellette's constantly cycling HP is like a consistent fanfare source, isn't it? I'll grab Nouv.
Thank you for inviting me to join.
You are welcome. Who did we say? Freeze, maybe? So those two, and Aino, and then who else? Can put the, Aino and Bina with Flins and Anefa. True, for, will I need Bina for anything other than, Knuckle Duckle? potentially for some inter-between fight. I just don't know what the in-between fights are gonna be. I could burn an Oreo because I could burn an Oreo because I don't know where else I'm gonna really use him. I'll burn an Oreo. Monolith stage could be helpful, especially if there's like Mida trolls there that are constantly dogpiling the thing. His burst spinning around helps to tag them.
Tell me what you see.
Look, a rainbow! Stars, shine for me, my guardian.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Shaw! One down, one to go.
Busted.
Time to say hello. Not too far now.
Ding dong, glitter bomb! Don't be scared.
Kerplunk!
Oh,
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Yellon is unironically really fun to use as an on-fielder, especially with Favonius, because you can get her shit back so fast. I'll grab Inefa because we're gonna go to Duckle before we go to Grandma's house. Superconduct, once again, is only going to be with Sandrone, and we don't even have Sandrone in our house yet. Wait, do we have Sandrone? No, we don't even have Sandrone on the team yet. I'm gonna, refresh. Frozen is always helpful to get the, especially because Frozen's what we're gonna use for the granny. It's always helpful to get the, buffs. Deals damage, apply rupturing effect, cryo is reduced, AoE cryo or resistance. The resistance unravels. Mystery cache? When a future event are drawn, one of its selected ones is guaranteed to be a companion random. Consume all and one random alternate. Consume all flowers, which is 60, and one random alternate, consume all flowers, which is 60 in your position, and one random alternate. Well, then that's not, then that doesn't make that a free one, then I'll grab that one. Superconduct, again, what am I using? I don't have enough for that, so I'll grab Superconduct. That'll be helpful for when Sandy does join the team. Cool, and we're out. Let's see. Who do we have who can counter these guys? Oh, my single Electro. I have Inefa and Oreo. Let's do this, because there's not a type advantage with these dudes. Because I could have burned up some cryos on the Hydro Bros, but do I want to use Nuve this early? It feels weird using such a powerful character this early with no... when I have access to Farina, I don't have Farina to give him on his team. Flynn's is going to be used in the next battle for Knuckle. I feel I may want him later on, but I don't know. I do have all 4 of the ones I will want for Knuckle. I know would be the only one to burn her last use. I could do Neuvillette. He wouldn't work with Yelan because he's a charge attacker, which means I wouldn't be able to Yelan's dice attack with normal attacks. But then who would the other character be? I don't want to use my last I know. She'd be really helpful for Flynn's. Okay, burning one Lolly here. I could use one Inefa here. That's double shield, which is highly unnecessary. Double shield, which is highly unnecessary. I think I'll bring Yelan out. Use one Sitlali. Don't want to use my last I know. I know it's not critical to the Benefa Flynn's dynamic though. But she would be highly helpful to that team. Because who else would I really put in that team? Auroran, I guess. Maybe I use my last Yelan and my last Lolly. And then who else would I put here? You think I could use my Skirk this early? It feels weird using my DPSs so early. Like, otherwise I would have brought Neuvillette out. These dudes also apply blood debts, don't they? The wind operatives, which obviously go through shields. So maybe Neuvillette, because he can self-heal, and that'll, because can the little balls, the little orbs that he picks up, those can clear blood debts because they count as a heal, right? I'm kind of okay using my last Layla as well. Here, let's try this. Again, we can always restart. We've never had to, but
Tell me what you see. Free. Let the mighty be humble.
it's just her left as well. Okay. An easy victory. I'll need Escoffier before I need Arlecchino. An easy victory, I just worry about, having enough. Okay, companion random? Or, I haven't gotten any of the electrocharged buffs. And then I don't have enough, I'll mystery cache. One random guest star joins the principal cast by completing number of alternate members. Consume all the ones in your position, which is only 30 now. And one random alternate. That seems worth it. And Sandy came home. Okay, this is Knuckle Duckle, so this is the easy combination of these dudes, and it will burn the last Inefa and the last I know, which will leave us afterwards with... We have one more Nuve in reserve as well. We can probably make that work, right? Oh, he immediately starts with the dudes coming out as well. I should have Inefa burst because that gives a buff to EM.
Close your eyes.
That was fine. That was my Flynn's as well, wasn't it? Chi-Chi, because Sandrone is here. Although I don't have my Miko here, and my, and my other Electro would have been... My other Electro would have been, Inefa. Kooky, because I'm out of Electros. We need companions. I'm running out of characters already. Kazuha probably feels weird having Novelette and passing up on Farina. However, isn't the next ones going to be defend the monument things? Farina's bros can definitely help with that though. Kazuha can be good for grabbing them. Because Farina's bros, Farina obviously is going to help Novelette. Farina's bros also can help just tag an enemy and grab aggro away from the pillar for a bit. It kind of depends on what enemies are at the pillar, or at the monument. Because if it's a bunch of Mida Churls, then Kazuha can't. He can stun them, but he can't CC them. Like throw them up in the air. I'll grab Kazuha.
Want me to come along?
Frozen buff, which we'll need for Granny. That'll spend 60 of my 70. I'm fine with that. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. Okay, bunch of these dudes. Yeah, monument. Let's see. It's this one more, then the Granny, correct? So, Kazuha in here because it's a monolith defense. As it stands right now, my Skirk team for the Granny would be Skirk, Escoffier, Lali, and Yelan. I could use Sandrone here. Excuse me. Because she has a little bit of range to be able to tag people. Escoffier might be the only other option there. Because she buffs, she'll help cryo, like just raw cryo bonus, but that also in turn helps with stellar conduct. Stellar conduct only needs one team member, doesn't it? You can do stellar conduct with only Sandrone, only Odette, or only Cryo Traveler. Whereas Lunar needs two. I just realized that. Huh. Kuki does have, it was often that I was misjudging just how close I had to be. Shinobu, basically, you have to be in melee distance. You have to be right next to them. And I can't, Kazuha can't lift the ruined dudes. I could use this Lolly, because then it'll be a, I almost feel like Arlecchino's gonna be fine regardless. Because I was thinking we either use her for Granny or we use her with Arlecchino. And then who else here? It's gonna have to be... Who would I use if I brought these two? I'm gonna use, because Sandrone will still have one more charge left on her. Then everyone here is only using one of their charges.
Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of me.
Tag him, see if that will distract him enough.
Test my hypothesis. A bond is strong.
I forgot to pull out, I actually forgot to pull out, I just have to be right next to them, which you can do. More showed up over here.
Get to work. Keep lolling. Eat pop-up.
92.
Did with me. How tiresome. A spot that's
I think one just appeared behind me. There it is.
off to the breeze. Our bond is strong. Fulfill our pact. You two. Time to.
Can you stop? Another one showed up over here. Is he, oh no. Oh, okay, that was fine. Miko for Sandrone for whenever I need her again. Or Chi-Chi for Sandrone. My Electros I would need, because Shinobu has one more charge on her, which I guess Sandrone also has only has one more charge on her. We need companions. I want to get that superconduct, but we need more companions. How many cryos do I have? Who would I use that with? I'm gonna pick Chi-Chi for Sandrone. You think, right? I guess because she technically can DPS. She also can coordinate an attack with Novelette.
The campaign begins.
This is the part of theater that I feel so inept at. I'm constantly looking to you guys for help because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's a bunch of Hydro Mimics. Let's see. I could use my last Sandrone here unless I think I'll need her right here, because it'll be Granny after this battle. So for what's my cast right now? Like who all Granny will be after this, which my team for that will be Skirk, Escoffier, Lolly, and Yelan. Yeah. And so for this, I would bring... Oh, for this, I could just use Sandrone, Raiden, Miko, and... and my last Shinobu? That might work. I'm gonna do that one. I could Skork. Because she'll only need to be used for one more, and then that would leave me Sandrone open to use. Who would I put with Skirk though? Because this is what I'm bringing to the boss, and all three of those are going to use their last thing. I could superconduct Skirk. I could use one each of theirs, and Kazuha? What's gonna make sense for my brain as far as like where characters are. There we go. I'm so sorry, Kazuha.
There is no escape right now. Emerge.
Clouds high. The birds call into the wind.
Paradox.
Where are you? They're all the way over here. Because superconduct also does still create void rifts, and I'm getting freezes off of these guys because they're made of hydro.
Right now. Emerge.
The wind knows.
Crabs!
Mine to wield. Right now. There is no escape.
As one with wind and cloud.
Got a dude over there.
Extinguished.
20 with a minute on the clock.
Illusion
physical.
shattered. Right here. Right now.
I gotta take care of that crab real quick.
Mine to wield.
Okay, there we go. All right, Chi-Chi is assuming that, I'll need her here with Sandrone. Or I lock in my Arlecchino for the final boss. How many people are still in the, Furina's still there as well. Furina, Chi-Chi, and, Xingqiu, holy shit. So, okay. We have our team already set up for Granny Boss. Which would be Skirk, Escoffier, Lolly, and Yelan, although it's banking on it giving me Furina. Are we a gambling man?
I knew you'd miss me.
I mean, I guess Xingqiu also would have worked with Skirk for this. Skork. Which means boop, boop, and boop. Watch and learn. I'm gonna slide that across the table real quick, exit her, then pull that out, then I'll switch to that. Holy shit! All right then. Okay, Chi-Chi for unless this is a direct counter to Sandrone. Otherwise, for Arlecchino, let's see, who's my Arlecchino team gonna be for this? Arlecchino, Citlali, Kazuha. Unless this needs Kazuha. Arlecchino, Citlali, Kazuha, and depends on whether I'm grabbing a character I think I need for this or for the boss. Because if I'm assuming that this is not going to be a direct counter to Sandrone, then this is going to be Sandrone, this is going to be Arlecchino. So this would be Sandrone, Yai, Sandrone, Yai, Shinobu, and Sandrone, Yai, Shinobu, and who? The other option would just be to use Neuvillette and Farina for this as well. Who's my dudes for? Because I'm thinking Xingqiu would be good for Arlecchino. We used we no longer have our Yelan. Okay. Frozen, Ruptures, Running, Ramparts. Get the last companions in. It's only Chi-Chi left. Electro Charged isn't gonna help Arlecchino, or it could help if I'm using Nuvi and, it would help Sandrone, but it would help if I use Nuvi, Farina, Raiden, and Miko. However, I think let's grab Chi-Chi.
I'm here.
Electrocharge and Superconduct. Superconduct will help if we're using Sandrone for this one. Both of them are level 2. Who do we have left? We still haven't used our last Flynn's either. We have Flynn's and Bina we could use. Flynn's, Bina, Shinobu, and Yaoi. None of these, I don't have any more refreshes left. None, these aren't going to help Arlecchino, so it's who I'm going to use here. And this one has that, which is a Sandrone Storm, which I feel comfortable with. That's just a bunch of those dudes. This is one boss, and it's just the one dude. Let's get the Superconduct and bring Sandrone here. After Cryo or Electro. This final floor, dude. What did the witches mean by this? When they crafted this theater. When this was the skyscape for their final floor of their little test for us. And then who else? Shinobu? I'll be relatively close to them. Arlecchino team is gonna be Arle, Citlali, and Xingqiu. Does that make sense? Freeze melt? Wait, who is on my Arlecchino team? Arlecchino, Citlali, Kazuha, and Farina doesn't really like working with Arlecchino. I mean, it's not that she did. I have a shield, though. I do have a surplus of characters, and Arlecchino is strong enough. I'm kind of confident in her just doing whatever. I'm kind of confident in her just doing whatever she wants. For this team, these three are an obvious. Who's my last in the stack here? I kind of want Kazuha for Arlecchino, I think. Raiden, I'll do it.
Right here, right now. Shine down. Let's test my hypothesis.
Let's pyre it up.
Come on, keep up.
Okay, one more.
How tiresome.
I didn't even need to re-up my support abilities. I didn't even need to re-Chi-Chi or re-Miko or... Alrighty then. None of these help Arlecchino because none of them are pyro reactions, so we're just gonna go. I guess I could have gotten something that would help the supports because the support's gonna be doing other reactions. That probably would have been a lot smarter, but I'm not smart. Okay, Arle and Citlali and Kaz and... Xingqiu? Does that make sense on where I think my brain thinks what location they'll be in? Yeah, probably. Give yourself a little more energy. I didn't start this with blood debt. 60 seconds. Shields down. Start another round. Give yourself some energy. Redeem that. Okay. It's doing this thing. It's this one.
No, my sword.
Oh, 25 seconds. I think I redeemed that blood too early, as per usual. Oh yeah, I'm physical! Something that happened before was that I legitimately needed to restart. Yeah, we're at 10 seconds right now. Because what ate up the difference was not starting with a round of blood debt. Alright, let's redo that.
Get to work. Witness the power of Gurwa. Know my sword.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Where'd you go? Shield is still up. Shield's popped. Start another round. Shield up. He's flying. Needs some energy. There we go. Redeem that. Invincible. Oh, it's clear the fuck over here.
Get to work.
Transfixed. Wind strike.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul. You two. Time to.
This thing's almost done. I'm gonna redeem that. Oh shit! It died before I could redeem the blood debt. Shit! 20 seconds.
Overruled.
It's close enough. I'm gonna redeem it. There we go. The small one died, and I couldn't redeem its. I couldn't redeem the blood debt from it. All right. Oh, did I whiff the blood debt when it flew up in the air? I've done that on a couple bosses. A casual 496? How? On what? At where? Most damage taken. Defeated the most and also incurred the most damage. Fastest was, Novelette. Thank you, Sibs, for your noob. Oh, theater buff, maybe, yeah. Ah. Another theater in the books. This combination of elements, by the way, that's demanded of this, this theater, my wife might be able to do, really well at this one. I almost think if there is a theater where I feel confident at a visionary, I feel like we could take it. I feel like we could take a stab at it this time. Hey, bud. Okay, please follow me. That's a pretty obvious one. Oh my! That's cool. Every time. It's so funny. When the hell are you coming back, bro? Last seen walking off drunk in Mondstadt. What a banger character design. Holy shit. This was when? What version did she come out? Because she's a Mondstadt character. She wasn't released in 1.x though, was she? Oh, 1.5, never mind. I thought she was released in like Inazuma at some point for some reason. I don't know why I would have thought that though. She was released with the Chalk Prince event, wasn't she? Or was that not that event? Oh, I never noticed his tail is wagging in this animation. I've seen Kokomi and Goro ships. I don't know why I'm clicking on characters that I don't have, like Kokomi and Neuvillette and Chiori. I don't have this one? How dare I not have that one? This looks like a joint. Sorry, I grew up in Colorado. Ooh, don't I already have? Isn't there another Escoffier one that I already have? Or is that the only Escoffier one? That is the only Escoffier one, actually. That's really cute. That's also really cute. That's also remarkably cute. I told you guys, I graduated Mika from the punishment wheel. He is no longer, if I need a, like, solo, like, punishment thing, it's gonna be Dory. Dory, you've been promoted to the punishment wheel. I already have one. So I have Mika's 007 pose, is the thing. I have that pose of his. Pose. We played the, guess the character by a close-up of their outfit, and I clocked Ganyu's immediately, and I won't tell you which part of her outfit it was zoomed in on, but I immediately recognized that. Should we do a blep tier list? Who has the best blep in the game? Hu Tao has one. Venti has one. Wanderer has one. Linny has one. Who else bleps in this game? Yanfei bleps as well. Yeah. Look at this one. She looks so tall. Ether, look at her, you crazy! I can't use the photograph camera. You won't let me take a picture here.
Since the fate of the Chi-Chi Mime has been obscured, they can't operate at their full strength here. But the good news is our current proximity to the ley lines has enhanced my own abilities. Just what is this place? It's truly full of mysteries.
Chi-Chi meal.
Well, I have all the time in the world, so I might as well find a free corner and move all my stuff in. Then I can start trying to figure out what all of this really means.
What? Oh, you. I'll make a do with that. Hop. I didn't mean to stand this close to you, buddy.
There are many reasons why a samurai might draw their blade, but the principle is always the same. To do what they know in their heart is right. Though we walk a perilous path where powerful foes face us at every turn, and though I cannot sense what lies at its end, I tread onwards with no fear in my heart. My mind is at ease, for I tread this path in your company.
Or took the... Sorry I made you fight alongside Raiden and Miko, by the way. That was kind of rude. What Lenny sees when he comes home late. Buddy? There you go.
There is a vast collection of books here. I took a moment to browse through earlier and found a good number worth reading. If you're not presently occupied, why not take a seat? I'll fetch a few good books and you can see if there are any you like. A fine book on a busy day can provide a much-needed escape, even if just for a moment.
What the fuck, Marceline? No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that.
Before I go on a long journey, I tend to leave the children of the House of the Hearth with some homework to complete in my absence. Many of them, however, simply play to their heart's content for most of the time I am gone, then rush to get their homework done in the final few days before my return.
Yeah, I've never done that.
They believe I am none the wiser, but I have simply elected not to expose their chicanery. After all, to complete one's work in a short time frame is a skill in its own right.
Haven't we got that dialogue before? And I said the same thing that I'm thinking right now, which is, that's a cool story, Arle. What the hell does that have to do with the theater? Everyone else has something to say about this weird sub-realm that we've entered with battles and she's like, anyways, anyways, about how I father my kids. That doesn't sound good. Don't say that. Envisaged Legos! Didn't mean to climb over that. Did you guys get the teacup, and have you put it in your teapot that's in some place? And if so, where it is? Where is it? Envisaged Legos. We have a bunch unlocked that I haven't tried because I severely underestimated just how hard these were. My Yelon's build also has not changed in the interim. It's not like if I attempted it now, it would be any different than it was before. I feel like I got it pretty frame perfect. It was just a matter of like, I didn't have the damage to take down the flower in that short amount of time. She's only rocking like 160 crit damage, so. Jeans. Maybe jeans. A pair of jeans. Ningguang looks so nice in her splash art. Or keychain. Why does it lead with the characters that I don't have? Every single one of the people, I guess I have an Ayato, never mind. I thought that every one in this first stack was people that I don't possess. Never mind, Ganyu's over here. Okay, never mind. Ganyu's right there. Ayato's right there, who I do have. Ganyu I don't have is right here. I can unlock another one as well. Keychain. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Kaji forgetting Ayato exists. The story forgets that Ayato exists. Kachings and Raidens are ultra hard, and their envisaged echoes quests are challenge. Their echo challenges are difficult as well. Nailed it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use restroom real quick, and then I'll be back. Yeah, how fitting for our final our final day of Annie. How fitting for our final day of the lunar, or my final stream of the Luna patches, that we saved. We just so happened to save our last tea party. BRB. Shut up! I didn't even shuffle around artifacts or anything with anyone. Everyone just operated as they were for this theater. That's kind of rare. Shows that I have builds that at the very least I'm relatively comfortable with for all of the main people that I brought.
I like music.
I like music. Oh, wait.
In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments.
And this one will be at Real Anaposis.
To this tea party.
What do you mean 13 out of 16? What do you mean 13 out of 16?
To this tea party.
What do you mean 13 out of 16? Marianne, is it really her? It seems she recognized me from a Fontanalia festival poster. I should go meet her. Maybe this won't be at Real Anaposis then. Oh. It'll be at real Anaposis. When we had a tea party with Columbina here, we put the table down right here. Should we put it down just in case this one does go where the piano used to be? I'm gonna take this. Oh, I can't take it away. Oh, I can redeploy it though. Just reset the days that it'll take to get that, but it's not like I'm hurting for crystal flies right now.
To be honest,
Oh, same
I'm
place.
still in shock. You know, back then, both Alana and I thought you'd already left this world.
I forgot how cute she looks when she swims.
If we had woken up earlier, maybe we could have visited you and Ellen. But I suppose that's fate.
Is that the same VA, and was that always the same VA?
If we had woken up earlier, maybe we could have visited you and Ellen. But I suppose that's fate.
Oh, it was unvoiced in the World Quest.
Miss Marianne. Fate works in mysterious ways. Who would have thought that Anne and I would see a film poster featuring your portrait during our travels? So that's what made you think to contact me? Precisely. The aroma of coffee. It really takes me back. Thank you for inviting us to your tea party, Miss Androne.
Was there one half of the consciousness that was dominant over the other? Or was it was a clean combination, a clean, like, total mesh of Lyris's consciousness and Marianne's remnant consciousness, wasn't it? Like, neither personality overlaid the other.
Your garden is so elegantly arranged. It's perfect for a lady of such grace. This is the home Alan and I once shared. I feel it's only right that I maintain its beauty. See? You're already so much better at this than my brother. Alan never even decorated his room. He couldn't deal with pretty things. That's right. And Renee was no different. Jakob and I were the only ones who could properly spruce up a room and prepare a tea party.
You know, it wasn't until Sandrane's quest that I hadn't considered that Sandrane really wouldn't have hardly any attachment to the Ordo, to the people of the Ordo. I kind of thought that I kind of thought that maybe she would have been, she would have held them in like really high legendary regard.
So he was like that even when he was little? I always thought it was due to his age. He was always that way. He may have been book smart, but he was a bit of a klutz in other ways. Maybe that's why he was the only one of us who chose painful reality over the illusion of a sweet dream. I don't think he regretted that choice. No, because that was his wish as a hero. The regret is ours. His wish should never have stood alone. What about you, Miss Androne? Is there something you wish for?
Ooh.
Alan once asked me that exact same question. So he asked you that too. My brother must have matured a lot. He never would have asked something like that when I knew him. Wish is such a hollow word. Can you ever have whatever you want? If that were the case, there would be no bad in the world.
She knows that she only got brought home because she was on guarantee.
I'm doing what I want to do. what I believe to be right. I don't know if this counts as a wish, but it makes me happy. Now that is a wonderful thing. I envy you. Then do you resent Elen? Because he created you in Marianne's image?
She has a voice line about that where she says, like, would you resent your parents for, like, do you resent your parents because you look like them?
Never. He always made it clear that I'm my own person, unique and distinct, and that I should choose my own life. So that's exactly what I did. Whether it's stories or food, as long as you're happy with your choices, then they're the right choices for you, Sandrone. Exactly. So now, let's just quietly enjoy the food you've so carefully prepared for us.
Oh, so short! The VA just having a conversation with herself in the sound booth. Oh, bro. Are you for real, Sandy? You're not gonna... Are you for real, Sandy? You always... You always face the person across the table when we're having tea parties. She's examining it. Oh, bro. As they say, this opportunity is quite hard to come by. And just vibing in the background. T-posing in the background. Oh.
Life is best when all is peaceful and calm.
Damn. Think it's time I started clearing up.
Is that the time? We should get together more often, Miss Sandrone.
X was quite the journey. I don't know that I read this that she's gonna try to rebuild him. I'm not sure that's what I read this as. She said in so many words that what makes Polonia Polonia is engineering that cannot be replicated by anyone but Elen, and that includes herself. And I'm okay with that being where his book closes. It still sucks, and I still wish that he was our summon instead of Fagio. But as far as canon ways for him to be retired, I'm okay with that. So I don't know if I read this as her trying to reassemble him. It's just she was able to reconstruct his chassis enough to stand him up so that he at least doesn't have to be laying as a pile of components somewhere in the Institute. Cassandrone also seems like the kind of person who is harsh on herself enough to, and maybe harsh enough on herself or realistic with her own capabilities to say that, if I get this wrong, like if I try to rebuild him and I get a part of him that makes him Polonia, if I get that wrong, then it's a disservice to Elaine's genius. I could see her saying something like that to herself. I'm still bummed that we have Fagio instead of him. Gotta be honest. But I think the story did a good job of explaining why. And if ultimately the reason, if the ultimate reason is because he was complex to put in the world as a summon alongside her, you know? Although Fagio was also pretty big, I don't know. This design as well was the design piece that was right here. He may have only been at 10%, but this dude faced down a sinner. And did a pretty bang up job at it too. It's not often I have a crack theory that I find compelling enough to like, oh, I hope that's where they go. But I really kind of did think that the only way to defeat Trilune Dottore was if, and it makes the way that they did it, I like way more than my crack theory. But at the time, I was thinking the only way to defeat Trilune Dottore would be someone of shade or sinner power. What if we try to climb into the moon's reflection to rescue Bina, and Rarir comes along with it? And Rarir is at full strength for some reason, and that's how we defeat Dottore. I'm glad they didn't do that. That would have been silly in retrospect. But I just was thinking about how, like, at that point, at the end of Act 7, the Rarir thing was still kind of an open book. We threw him in there, and there really wasn't anything after that. We knew he wasn't gone. We knew that he, like, at the very least, we knew the story wasn't done with him. And how do you defeat someone who can create their own synthetic moon marrow? I hyped up, and I think I often do, Arlecchino's canonical strength much more so than she deserves. She's one of the few people to beat us handily, but she did that in a state that is a ticking time bomb for her. She cannot call upon that all the time, and the more she does, the more the clock ticks. She is crazy powerful in that state, but because she can't call on it all the time, I almost don't even consider that part of her power, because it eventually will kill her. She can't just pull that out at random. The more she uses that, the less she can use it. So, in that state, she's one of the most powerful people we've ever faced, but because that's her peak, not her natural state, you have to put her down several rungs from people who are way more powerful in their natural state. Bina? Can I have an egg? Can I take one of your moon eggs? Oh, there she is!
boy. Even though her eyes are covered, Paimon can tell she's staring right at you.
I'd like to try a different drink from the tavern.
Ooh, we got this one again. Okay, 3 juice? Boreal water. She doesn't seem to like this drink. Let's try 3 juice then. Juice. That's a Zayton peach. I guess I can't make anything else. I have been back. I don't come back every week anymore, but I have been back on occasion, and I will continue to come back on occasion, even as we're in Snezhnaya and beyond. Columbina has the highest ratio of screen time to those noises out of any character, potentially in any game I've ever played.
Wow, that was quick. Looks like she loves it.
Finally.
Completely flavorless.
Never mind.
Flavorless?
Yes.
Maybe you drink it too fast? Why don't I make you another one?
Oh, thanks, but no need. There was a time when I failed to understand why people felt such joy at harvest time. Then one day, I reached out to touch a piece of ripe fruit hanging from a branch. I sensed vitality in the very texture of its skin. The organic embodiment of sunlight, water, earth, and air. With each bite, I felt a refreshing sweetness surge over me, like waves of cool white foam. And that's how I came to understand the irresistible power of aroma.
Oh, that's interesting.
Then, we complete nature's cycle by taking that life force for ourselves.
That suddenly turned kind of dark.
I guess it's not inaccurate. It's a kind of a strange way of putting it, Bina, but...
That is why I prefer fresh fruit. It allows me to see what I took from this world, exactly as it was before I took it.
That's actually a beautiful way of putting it.
And reminds me of what I owe this world in return.
New moon's embrace obtained. A new moon embraces. Can I sit on this with you? No, I can.
Here, try it for yourselves. This laka berry is very sweet, so make sure you savor it.
I can. Oh, damn it! Oh no, I can't deploy it!
Here.
It's like, how did you get? How did you? Why do you have that? See, she did give us one of our own, didn't she? Why do you have that? Who all was a day one player? Like, where did you guys all start? Where did you guys all start? I remember that a surprising amount of you are started in the 1.x life cycle. Because I came in way later. 4.8. Phase 2 of 4.8. 1.6, Kazuha's first banner. Like week 1. My first, our first introduction to the magnetism. Started day 1, played to 1.1, then stopped and picked it up mid-Sumeru. Week 1, excuse me, October 2nd to 3rd. September 28th, wasn't it? September 28th, 2020. Week 1, taking some month-long breaks. Your first 5-star was Child. Things. First town I was able to walk in, knowing that I was walking in alongside all of you. Yeah, web event to cap off the stream, since that'll lead nicely into the next time we stream Genshin. Tomorrow's gonna be a Zenless stream. I would like to do Zenless tomorrow. Put on Kutching's banner. Never took a break. Computer couldn't handle Fontaine, so stopped it until a replacement came. Oh, huh. What about the Vibin Shogun?
Better to just let the youngins choose their own.
Oh boy. I don't know how serious she was, if it was just like a passing comment, kind of a joke, but Lara tagged the Luanatar as Columbina super early. I don't know if it was a joke. She was like, what if the little thing is actually Columbina? I don't know how serious she was. Oh, I missed when she said it. She said it was. She said it was a joke then. I really do think that Nodcry's overworld was small, because Snezhnaya's overworld will be huge. We didn't get very many very many map expansions, and the map expansions that we did get were pretty small. Like the explorable overworld, a lot of this is just ocean. The explorable overworld of all of Nodcry is pretty small, and that's why some of those puzzles give 2 or 3 chests, because they still have to cram the same amount of chests and rewards into a region that's much smaller than, for example, all of Natlan, or, for example, Sumeru. So I have a feeling that Nodcry was small because it was always supposed to be a more minor thing in terms of like the world, but also because they didn't want to have an area as big as Natlan, knowing that the next region coming up was going to be enormous. So sacrifice a little bit of space in Nodcry for the space budget in Snezhnaya. How big do you think our first map expansion will be? We saw a tiny bit of unopened map in the special program. didn't sacrifice space. We went to space. We got Dornman as well as Frost Moon and Temple of Space, which compensated for Nodcry itself being small. Being small. Probably we'll start here. I still think we start here, however... I guess you can still see Mount Issus. I wonder if they'll expand up north, or if it'll still be the Frozen North, but it'll continue the map this way, because right now the map limit is right here. But you guys said that the map limits have changed prior, so... I think this will eternally be just open ocean. I can't see them expanding anything down here. This might just be just a hole. Celestia crashes onto that. It could be something there. They could do something with it. I've theorized that if there's like a shade battle or something, or a celestial battle or something like that, that the impact crater will be all of this, which is why there's nothing over here, because eventually this part of the map will be collateral damage. They did pack a ton of stuff into 6.x though. Especially considering that, I'm not considering, but especially because it was an unnatural Archon quest length. Snezhnaya probably going back to the usual 5-act, although, who knows, they could do 8 acts in Snezhnaya as well. They did declare, though, that that Nodcry was going to be a year-long endeavor, evidenced by our 8 acts of the Archon quest. Not to mention, wrapping up the ultimate wrap-up of Sumeru, coming at the very last stage. Unnaturally. This is not the only, this is just the only known one currently, but this is far from the only entrance to Conria. I wonder if that's, yeah, I wonder if that's, if this is like the, maybe not the main entrance, but this is the entrance that we will enter in through. Feed me all the lore as we enter Snezhnaya. It's gonna be a long stream, by the way. I accidentally mistyped when I had a picture that I released on the YouTube community page, where I said that we were streaming at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on the 12th. No, we're streaming at noon. It's gonna be a long one. I want to take my time while also experiencing as much of a Snezhnaya as I can the day after release day. Let's do that web event. I also, let's see, 6 minutes and I can do a Trounce domain. Which Trounce domain do I need? Which Trounce domain does Odette need? Does she need Dottore or Dottore? Okay. that woman disappeared. Let's do that web event. It is still sitting over here, Endman. Is that loud enough for you guys? Seems kind of quiet. Snezhnaya awaits. Oh my word. Dude, this is all that's left. Holy shit. This is all that's left. Compare this to everyone gathered around Signora's casket. 5.5. Oh, I have to agree to that. So, this is a Gnosis. Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public. Song of the Dragon and Freedom completed on 8. That's how long it took me to complete Mondstadt? We started June 22nd. Oh my gosh, that's today! The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone. Completed on 9/01. I handed that off. Yes, you did. Fucking Zhongli has such an elegant like way of describing the contract that he and Miko was like, I got rid of that shit a long time ago. A said she didn't need it. I don't have any use for it. People exchanging knowledge with the God of Wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the God of Wisdom's property. 12/24/24. Oh! Fuck, we did that the day before Christmas. Really? Apparently so. Huh. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. We might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict. Masquerade of the Guilty, 3/17, and my life was forever changed. Man, like, Ruka Devada's Fade Away obviously hit me really hard, but like, it was, Fontaine is what really, like, Mondstadt got my attention. The ending of Liyue locked me into the game. I really enjoyed Inazuma a lot more than I think a lot of the fan base did. Although now I think people are finally coming to terms, not coming to terms with it, but people are finally appreciating what Inazuma did, especially given the constraints. It still is. I still have a lot of issues with how it was rushed and stuff. But I really enjoyed Inazuma. Sumeru, start to finish, all of the side quests and everything was amazing. But there was something about Fontaine that, like, there was something about Fontaine that just elevated it to the status of, like, it was a great game. But I still think that even in Sumeru, I don't think I really put it in the lineup with like Mass Effect 2 and Red Dead 1. It was Fontaine that put it in the like best games I've ever played. And that's gonna sound crazy to some people, that Genshin Impact is amongst the best games I've ever played. Games like the first BioShock, or which I actually put step above Bioshock Infinite, or Red Dead 1 or Mass Effect 2, but it is. It's there. It's gotta be. And Fontaine was the linchpin that really, the linchpin that really decided that for me. As far as I'm concerned, a Gnosis is basically an element. As far as I'm concerned, a Gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer. But I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it. Truth amongst the pages of Farina. The journey to Snezhnaya is about to begin. Pre-register for the new version to receive pre-register's Primo-Gems and pre-register in-game Primo-Gems.
Vacation? You're right. This is clear.
I have my picture that I took up here at Pyramida, looking northbound. Looking northbound to what will likely be the start. Or what likely will be where the map continues from. I'm not buying all this Jack Frost propaganda, by the way. They've released so many shorts and videos of them being all cutesy, and I'm not buying it. I know what you are. Lumi knows what you are. We all know what you are. This lady came out of absolutely fucking nowhere. And not only did she change the game meta, but she became a favorite character in the community as well. Like, out of fucking nowhere. Also, I think Lumi is the has the same voice in regardless of what voiceover language you use. Like Columbina's singing is the same. Elf ears. Yeah, the glasses skin. I'm scared. Paimon's gonna be sick. We're in some way going to have to fight Renova, which I'm sure that'll go fine. Last time we fought a Shade went just fine for us. And we had our wings back then. We had our wings and our sword and full power. I'm sure it'll go fine, considering what happened last time we pissed off a Shade. I'm not even sure I have any theories right now for, like, what's gonna happen as we move forward. I anticipate meeting Alyosha first, because Odette is gonna be centered around probably the city, and he'll be centered around the wild. So as we walk into Snezhnaya will probably encounter him first. I think Snezhnaya might be cold. I'm not sure. I'm not so certain. I'm not so skirkin'.
The first time I sang in the gardens of Zapoliarny Palace, the Tsaritsa happened to pass by. She stood there, silent and motionless, like a statue with no expression carved onto the face. For a moment, I felt as if she wanted to say something to me, but she never did. She seals her emotions beneath thick sheets of ice. The outside world sees but one side of who she is, that of the Tsaritsa. If the answers I sought rest on the moon, perhaps hers lie buried in snow and ice.
This body belongs to ice and snow. Her Majesty's power flows through me. The Mirror Maidens really gotta stop smoking cigarettes, by the way. Where are you? I see you. Out of my sight. I had a boss when I used to be a mechanic. I had a boss who smoked like pantalone, and he would try to speak as he was hacking up a lung. Like, make sure you go get in the dustbin when you and when over. Then he would think that I understood him, and he would just walk away without being like, here, let me reiterate what I just hacked up. He was. Does it mean to say he was? Does it mean to say he was kind of built like fucking the tiny roly-poly dude in Zenless. What the hell is that guy's name? I already forgot his name. Perlman. Ron Perlman. I cannot believe how many characters we grabbed in this version as well. We grabbed everyone except for Linnea, and Nicole, I guess. Do you consider Nicole? Nicole's not a Nodcry character though, but we grabbed every Nodcry character except for Linnea. Because Zebai is from Liyue and Lohen is Mondstadian. Speaking of this, I saw a fucking cursed as hell thumbnail the other day. Cursed in a good way. She's had enough. What do you mean me next? Also this from one of Little Red Hood's drawings. A couple of these for no reason. It sucks that it sucks because I adore her design, but I think she's gonna be the baddie of this region. Why is she oohing? Why is she oohing? What other screenshots have I saved recently? You guys want access to my screenshot folder? screenshots from the Nodcry arc as we end the Nodcry arc. This is a great reaction image that I found as well. Now we're just kind of hanging out. Speaking of Zenless, I have this that I can use. What did I save that under? Did I save that under? Replace the acorn with her. Well, Arle, we're about to enter. We get to go see the we get to see the auroras. Which I guess she already did when she was imprisoned.
The aurora in Snezhnaya is quite beautiful. Certainly worth a visit.
Certainly worth a visit, as if we can just casually wander up there for vacation. Do you think we're gonna be stopped at the border at all? Like, do you think as we enter the realm of the Fatui that we're gonna be, like, similar to how when we entered Fontaine, Farine was immediately just like, HALT! Or are we chill with enough Fatui that we're gonna have a level of immunity that's, with thousands of Fatui mats in the bag? We walk into Snezhnaya, where is it? We walk into Snezhnaya holding this. Hi guys, how's it going? Hi Odette, I'm here to meet. Don't look in our bag. With this, we also have, which people might not care about this, but we also have all of the tree marrow in there as well. Like, hey, here's some remnants of Dottore's consciousness. One of your harbingers, here's the remnants of his, like, spiritual mind. How many Fatui drops do we have on us as well? You guys probably have way more than I do, but bunch of high-ranking insignias. These are actually delusions as well. I've come to return this. That is fucking foul. Hey, where do I put this? Enter Pulcinella doing the chibi run. Look, guys, it's fine. Signora agreed to the terms of the duel. I think Odette will accept that as an answer. This is my team to pull. I don't know where we're gonna pull at, because I would love to do our wishing before we enter Snezhnaya, or maybe we do it right as we enter Snezhnaya. That's true. I guess we don't have to. We could. I would be okay. We're gonna pull that episode, but maybe we can wait until we get a little further in, to do our wishing. Speaking of wishing, do we have a standard to use? We do. From where? Masterless Star Fricks. 108 saved up currently. Oh, hey, I forgot about that. I'll think of how to. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do some. I want to do some boss runs with my wife tonight, and I'll use my resin there. There's a couple Trounce domains that she wants primos from. Like I don't think she's done. She might have not have done Ajdaha in co-op yet, and that's some free primos sitting there. Not Raiden, Sarah, and Traveler. Fuck is wrong with you? What's the butter count? Oh, good question. It's not there. We are still at 10. I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you. If one goes away, how will I know where it went, though? Like... You know we haven't read? I guess this is, it's just small little things here. But the description of, talent materials and shit. Ascalpado. Senora's, what is going on with my hair right now? Senora's, what the hell is going on with my hair right now? Senora's mausoleum is the one, is the location that was getting like iced over, like completely encased in ice, wasn't it? I will walk into Snezhnaya with this team. And if and when Odette comes home, bro, I don't know. I really want to play Cryo Traveler and Citlali, but then that'll be a triple Cryo. And then Miko, I guess? I'd have to take Beto out? I don't want to take Beto out. Why would you make me take Beto out? Because the logical solution would be replace Citlali with Odette. However, I am not replacing Citlali when there's an opportunity to use the Traveler and Citlali in the same team at the same time on Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. More like Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday that we're streaming. I don't think I'm going to use this team a whole lot. I want an excuse to play Rosaria, but I guess I can just slot her into, you know what, I could do with Odette in party, I could do I could do Stellar Conduct DPS Rosaria. Raiden Shogun is still the name of this team. You're probably not inaccurate that if I pull an Emily, I will level her to 80 before I get Kanich to 80. That's probably not an inaccurate assumption. Why this team? You know what would be cool? Is a team full of Mondstatters. Oh, probably because I'm often taking damage with Varka. Where is the fish? Where is the fish? There it is!
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
The threads of your hands lie in my fate. Surf Bard is still this team. Imagine beating Senora with Odette. What is wrong with you guys? Dungeons and Dragon is an awesome team name. That was you guys who came up with that. Dungeons and Dragon, singular, not plural. It's a really fun team, too. It's very competent. You get heals from Bennett. Clorinde heals herself when she clears her blood debt, when she lunges. Oh, fire hazard. Although, you, Rosaria... Do you have to be in Rosaria's circle to get her crit buff? Or is it just while her burst is active? Because you can just plop down Rosaria's burst, run away, and just attack from a distance with your... You have to be in... Well, I've got Toma as a shield, so... Venti or Prune in this team? Oh, for double Animo, so we can do his skill more often. Mono Pyro, replace Fischl, or replace Ben? I wouldn't want to do Mono Pyro with Varka.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Replace Fischl, reactions hurt him? That shows how fucking much I know about this game. Thank you for your patience with me. I've used Varka plus Durin with my wife when she's using Klee plus Zhongli. Mostly because her other shielders really aren't built very well as shielders. Her Ineva's pretty good actually right now. And her Columbina is at 41,000 HP base without another Hydro in party. She just needs a lot more crit rate and crit damage. But she got a shit ton of HP. How many prunes do I have? Is that a sandcastle? No. It's a castle and the hammer face. Hammerfell. Party setup. Prune would be, C2 Prune would be better than Venti if she was built. I don't know that I'm gonna dedicate supplies to Prune right now. I want to I still, in the back of my mind, it's on my notes. I'll get a Varka built well enough where I think that I can handle the his little challenge up in the north. He's lacking everything. He's lacking attack, he's lacking crit, he's lacking crit. And then he's also lacking crit. Criticale is just this team, which is a bit odd at Benefa and then these two. But we dusted that that one Withering that we found recently. Absolutely dusted it with this team. It's nice having a confident Kale. The absolute power of a confident Kale. That one is that's Criticale, is that team. This team is just is just this. Barbara is here in this team. Ikuyo. Nefer also needs a heavy rebuild. Out of the DPSs that I know are like helpful in endgame stuff, especially when they're shield bosses, Nefer is the most disadvantaged. She has terrible crit, terrible EM. She needs everything. She needs a total rebuild. Flynn's is relatively comfortable now that I have him over 200 crit damage. And with a reasonable amount of crit rate and a reasonable balance of crit rate and ER. This is the Moo team. Just find a little team check-in before Sneeze Naya. This is just the Lantern team. Which is Lantern, right? My naming conventions are incredible. I love this team. It is so broken as a brute force. Just nothing really resists Geo. Even if there's an enemy made of Geo, Benefa can usually take care of it pretty easily, and then just physical attacks with like Navia's Geo damage, and then physical attacks with the Claymore. Any Geo shield she can take care of. Nothing really has a hard counter to this team. They don't perform incredibly. They're not like hyper powerful, but they're consistently good. Scorp. I think I'll change that back to Skirt, actually. Skirt. Skirt. Nah, I like Scorp. Scorp. Skirk is also a lot more comfortable on the Black Sword than the Wolffang. Noticeably so. And I'm liking Shenhe in here. I no longer feel like I must have a shield with Skirk. Escoffier has enough. It was just a matter of getting Escoffier with enough ER that I could reliably know that I have her burst. If it's not ready, it'll be ready in 2 seconds. So reliable fanfare for Farina, and also just to keep Skirk alive. And I like it being able to use Shenhe. This needs no introduction. I use this team constantly. Robo Beto, which this team name originally was, but it'll stay Robo Beto. Hydro Beto is just, it's literally just a rearrange. Why would I rearrange it though? What the hell? Then I would think that I'm clicking into Escoffier and then click into Shenhe instead. It's literally just the Skirk team, but with Yelan as the DPS. And then obviously Beto, which Beto will now have another option to be used as an on-field DPS when we are able to do Stellar Conduct DPS Beto, which will not make any sense whatsoever, but I'll still do it. And no one can tell me otherwise. Oh, it probably was so Yelan and Shenhe were next to each other. That's probably right. You know me. Quite the journey this version was. From simply meeting the moon goddess being a major part of our journey to walking upon and exploring the frost moon itself and seeing the dark side of it. We had a ton of big lore things that happened. Putting a face to the Moon Sisters. It was so cruel being able to put a face to... I'm not going to shut up about this. It was so cruel being able to put a face to the iridescent moon and having it be such a bright, shiny sunshine face and knowing where that story ends. Knowing what the end point of that moon was. Between the Rare Crisis, the Dottore Crisis, Sandrone's sacrifice and eventual return. This will always sit in a very dear place in my heart as a gaming experience. So I'll have something, it will not be just a typical intro to the stream when we hop into Snezhnaya on Wednesday. So make sure you're there. Noon on the 12th, Pacific Daylight Time. Thank you all so much. Tomorrow will be a Zenless day. We might end that stream pulling on Enfield banner, since we probably won't be back. We'll be doing a lot of Genshin in the coming days. So I'll see you there. Thanks everyone. Get some snacks. They're all for you. Take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. Drink water. Love you lots. Bye bye.